Chairman, nkulamusizzaako era nga nkwebaza gy'otusizaako engalo okuva ku makya mpaka essaawa zino. Mukama tumwebaliza ddala nti n'olwaleero atusobozezza okuba nga tutuukamu. Gano ge mawulire agookya kwemu nze Vicky Blessing atuleere ogakusomera kansooke nga kuwe mu bufunze ate nkomewo nga kuwe mu bujjuvu tovaako. Etandise okukozesa tekinologi mu kutondawo emirimu. Abantu b'e Kasese basaba ebyapa by'ettaka. Abasomesa batendekeddwa okunyweza obukugu bw'abayizi mu bulamu n'okugumira embeera. Entebbe Expressway obutakwata kukozesa ensimbi n'obutaweereza bulungi. Kusomere gwe yakatwegattako amawulire agookya gaakatandika. Tutandise ne Uganda etandise okussa essira ku bukugu bwa digito n'obuyiiya okutondawo emirimu eri abavubuka. Abavubuka abasoba mu 600 bafunye obukugu okuyita mu puroguramu ya UG Connect. Katugendeyo tubirabe.
Officials from Ministry of ICT and heads of agencies have appeared before the committee chaired by Andrew Joe Kolanya as legislators scrutinize the ministry's planned programs and funding priorities. MPs raised concerns over inadequate resources allocated to key institutions, including Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, saying increased funding would enable them to effectively execute their mandates.
What plans do they have? And they should give us actually verifiable plans and mechanisms they are putting in place to have these areas cleared, because we want UBC to perform. We are going to support you. But
what can we do to bring back the 1% to support our ICT sector from the Ministry of Finance? Because the issue here has been financing the UBC, financing all these programs, including the infrastructure, which is very critical in this particular sector.
Those will be saying UBC has no money, UBC, which is okay. We can see through that. What plans do you have and what are you doing now?
And also media center, because right now at least we see some improvement in those sectors. But now my concern, UTL.
Presenting the ministry's statement, Minister Justin Kasule Lumumba said ICT can be leveraged to improve public service delivery and combat corruption. She urged Parliament to fast-track the reenactment of the Computer Misuse Act, saying the legislation is critical to address emerging challenges in the digital space. Lumumba also called for increased facilitation of the Uganda Media Center to enable it to disseminate timely government information. She further sought parliamentary support for financing the core network infrastructure of Uganda Telecommunication Corporation Limited.
To communication aspects of AFCOM 2027, the AFCOM Uganda Local Organizing Committee has a subcommittee on communication and promotions mandated to manage communication of AFCOM 2027. When it comes to this, we are not performing to the expectation because of resources. We were not allocated any extra resources to take up this additional responsibility. We are working within the little resources that we have as ministries and agencies. And as we talk now, the most limping one is Uganda Media Center, because all the time they have to improvise, we have to improvise. And as you observe that this is an area, the sector, especially radios and TVs, the many platforms that have come up have denied them sometimes adverts and access in timely way of giving information to the public. So also their incomes have gone low. So that affects the people we work with, especially their reporters. But
on the Uganda Media Council, Lumumba said inadequate funding limits its ability to handle and mediate media-related complaints. She also called for increased investment in New Vision to support preservation and promotion of Uganda's culture.
The professional bit of the sector, but the facilitation is still low, and yet they have to handle and mitigate some of these cases you have seen in the media, like the case where you saw Monitor battling with the president about the COVID jab. So they had to come in, but that was for the president. How about what is happening between the LC5 chairman and maybe a business person?
The minister also briefed the committee on the planned rationalization of NITAU, expected to take place by December 2027. MPs, however, called for government to assess the capacity of institutions before implementing rationalization programs.
Atuuze b'e Kasese basabye gavumenti okwanguya enteekateeka y'okuwa abasogola abateekebwa Ibugwa n'ebitundu ebirala obutaka. Bagamba nti kino kijja kuyamba okukendeeza ku butaka n'obutakkaanya mu bantu. Katubirabe.
This was during a community dialogue organized Housing and Urban Development Society organizations as part of the activities to mark the Land Awareness Week in Rwenzori sub-region.
During the resettlement, there are people, I should say cultivators, who at some point lived on those pieces of land and they were evicted during the process. Yes, these people still have not been resettled either. Neither have they been compensated.
The LC3 chairman Chwamba sub-county, Joseph Katenene, said the friction between the tribal communities, the Basongola and the Bakonjo, has escalated as the Bakonjo continue taking up other people's land, leading to insecurity.
We have lost people, both cultivators and pastoralists. People have gone into jail. People have lost cows. People have lost crops.
He also challenged government to decentralize the compensation process for the people who have lost their beloved ones, animals and crops to elephants from Chibale National Game Park. He explained that the invasion of elephants in the communities has claimed people's lives and there is no compensation made to the affected communities.
But the question is, how do we harmoniously live? The only answer is government should come up and give these people their land titles. Allocate each parcel of land to individuals according to a cabinet or a government position.
Pangani Beatrice, the farmer leader Eastern and Southern Africa Farmers Federation, says Uganda reported that many farmers have lost their crops to elephants, hence frustrating production.
We appeal to government to actually settle the conflicts between the farmers and cattle keepers before things go worse, because right now we are on the ground, we are seeing that directly. Farmers, cattle keepers are not in good.
However, Councillor Muhammad Kasule from Catholic Center for Legal Services called for calmness among community members and asked government to open up boundaries for the public land so as to protect government institutional land from encroachers.
They claim government resettled the Basongola on more than the land they had, so they trespassed into lands of other communities like the Chisanga village. So, and the way forward would be mainly the government should do a boundary opening and then between the Basongola, so that the Basongola land is.
Ate yo Ministry y'ebyenjigiriza n'ebyemizannyo, Minisita y'enjigiriza n'ebyemizannyo egenda mu maaso n'okutendeka abasomesa ku bukugu obw'obulamu obwetaagisa eri abayizi. Okutendeka kuno kukwata ku nsonga 7 n'emitendera 3 8 egiri mu life skill till skate katubirabe.
The training is being conducted under the support of Safe Children sub-component of the Uganda Secondary Education Expansion Project. The ministry is working with partners, including Science Teaching Innovations Africa, to strengthen teachers' capacity to impart soft skills and promote holistic development among learners.
And we have already seen that many of our children are dropping out of school, they are into drugs. Some of them are struggling with issues that are related to their growth, like challenges of child marriage, teenage pregnancy. And this life skills is trying to empower them with the skills to be able to maneuver through the different challenges of life.
Our learners, some of the skills that they are lacking, at times they do not know how to socialize with their friends. At times they have fear, they lack skills of communication. Interpersonal skills at times are lacking, and even their innovation and creativity. So through the life skills training, they are able to practice these skills.
Duty is to ensure that children, when they are at school, they are safe. Even when they are at home, they are also safe. So we go on training teachers. We have also previously trained some of the students. We have trained some of the school leaders.
Teachers have welcomed the initiative, noting that some learners lack the soft skills to effectively navigate the demands of the 21st century.
I was very excited at the intersection between the soft skills, the transferable skills and all these other skills. I was so impressed because I realized that as long as a learner or any other person has these transferable skills, they can succeed in life, they can succeed at work, they can succeed everywhere if they are able to transfer these skills to whichever field they are. So I think and I believe that by the time we leave this place, we're going to be different people. I'm personally going to be a different person.
Confidence building, self-esteem, and how to control their emotions. You talk to a student, the student backs at a teacher. Even at home, learners don't respect their parents. Child-parent relationship is not there. So when they learn these things through school, we shall even have stable homes.
The teachers are being equipped to impart cognitive, social and emotional skills, as well as self-care and other transferable skills that can help learners make informed decisions and adapt to different.
Ebyo nga tubitadde ebbali ateko akakiiko ka paalamenti akavunaanyizibwa ku bikolwa by'ebizimbe kazudde obukwakulizo mu nkozesa y'ensimbi n'obutaweereza bulungi ku Entebbe Expressway. Akakiiko kasabye endagaano esazibwemu era Ministry y'ebyenguudo n'entambula etwale obuvunaanyizibwa bw'oluguudo luno. Katubirabe.
The report was signed by 24 members out of don't have a minority report.
The Infrastructure has presented a report to the floor status of the operations of the Entebbe Expressway toll following the investigations carried out in the previous months. Presented by the committee chairperson Mwine Mpaka, the report showed inconsistencies in the running of the toll, where the contractor Aegis also contracted another company, Pinnacle, to run the tollway. Yet technical people are the same. No audit of the system for the past 5 years, use of cash payment, among other concerns.
Every time they came to the committee, we begged them, please dispute our discrepancies. They could not, because it's now their data versus their data. They submitted data to the committee a week before the investigation started. And then we went, after receiving their data, to obtain data from their internal auditor's system. So the committee's analysis found, for example, on November 12, 2024, 133 million was collected across the 3 toll stations, but the amount subsequently banked on 14th November 2024 was 120, a variance of 12.755 million.
Following his presentation, Mwine Mpaka asked Parliament to transfer the management of the express tollway to the Minister of Works and Transport, whilst calling for action against all those involved in the various irregularities, including the PS of the Minister of Works at the time, the Auditor General, among others.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Works and Transport, then who issued the illegal, unlawful, felonious notice of extension of contract to Pinnacle Security at the tune of 36 billion on 20th May 2026 for a period of 1 year without approval of the Attorney General, contrary to Article 1195 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, 1995, be investigated with a view of prosecution by the IGG and the Director of Public Prosecutions for abuse of office. The current Auditor General be suspended for performance of his office on account of him being incompetent, and a tribunal be appointed by the President carry out an investigation on the current Auditor General's competence pursuant to Article 163(10)(c), 13 and 15 of the Constitution.
The committee further recommended that the Uganda Revenue Authority takes over revenue collection for the toll fees by establishing an electronic payment system to curb corruption.
The committee recommends a forensic audit be carried out on Pinnacle revenue toll system from inception with a view of recovering all lost government revenue that would have been used to repay the road infrastructure loan by both URA and the Office of the Auditor General. There are many activities in managing the express. Ministry of Works takes over maintenance, but URA takes over the collection. The reason as why we separated the two is to have checks and balances.
Members of Parliament commended the report and called for all its recommendations to be implemented.
Accountability shifted from being institutional to being personal. The person, the accounting officer at the time, should be reprimanded.
We're also very happy. The report has exposed a revenue leak in a very central project of government. It has helped government. What we've seen from the report is that audits, we're having a lot of audit queries everywhere, and we're very happy that the Speaker has said he spoke to the Auditor General to make sure that some of the projects of government are being audited.
We don't even want to waste time. The road must be closed. Two, the people eating our money, they're supposed to be arrested immediately.
Others, however, cited the need for scrutiny of the report by other institutions.
This is a tip of the iceberg. So I request, like how we have been handling other things, we suspend operations of Pinnacle, Aegis, and others, and we institute a team now to start running the operations. And then the investigations take place.
This House should refer this matter to the Office of the Attorney General, the Auditor General, and the IGG, with the help of the mother or concerned ministries.
The Minister for Works and Transport, Fred Byamukama, and the Attorney General, Sam Mayanja, cited the need for more time to reflect on the report.
And the Eternal Speaker, I do agree and accept the move the Chairperson of Committee is taking, which is right, and appreciate him. And all of us in this country, we want to work to move and want to ensure value for money. And where there is corruption proved, we need to get a way to stop such a things.
However, the Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oboth, directed various institutions, including the
ate yo ofisi y'omukulembeze w'ekibiina kya NRM nga ekolagana wamu ne Ministry y'obulimi etandise okuwa abalimi ensigo n'ebikozesebwa mu kulima. Enteekateeka eno egenderera okukendeeza ku njala n'okuyamba ebitundu ebikoseddwa olw'enjala omuli Karamoja.
Karamoja sub-region has previously faced recurring food shortages, largely linked to prolonged unreliable rainfall and limited agricultural production. In response, the Office of the National Chairman of the NRM has started a campaign with the Ministry of Agriculture to provide farmers with planting materials and promote crop rotation, particularly in Karamoja and other areas facing food insecurity.
The agricultural sector itself has become doomed. We won't blame the climate change because we have to prepare for all that. But now we are talking about a season that is yet to begin. But in the actual sense, there are no seedlings. The president and the NADs and the wealth creators, the wealth creation creators before, they used to avail us with necessary seedlings to do the needful or to go in for farming.
At the media briefing, Hajat Hadija Namelu said the Office of the National Chairman has written to the Ministry of Agriculture requesting for support for farmers to receive the necessary seedlings and farm implements as the planting season starts. The office has also encouraged farmers to embrace crop diversification and proper farming practices to improve household incomes.
As chairman, the campaign we are launching is boosting micro agriculture production and processing. Because we can't call ourselves Pearl of Africa when we still have people dying. Because of what? Because of hunger.
Meanwhile, NRM National Treasurer Ambassador Barbara Nekesa Owundo urged creative artists to use their talent to promote positive values and contribute to national development.
But what I told him, sina mubolere, and the obuvunanyizibwa bukubona huti hudahudwiha budahwereheresa budahwefirisa olindo kwanje okubuildinga self sacrifice ngebindu bihira bongisho byewunja sina sindafunemu obyewunja sina sikuombahe baba develop that mentality.
And of course she has promised to ensure that some of the issues challenging the industry are taken care of. Among the issues artists have discussed the issue of lack of a proper studio in the community. And
proposal came out because I'm thinking if we get a good studio, then everything will change. Basically the music, the production. I think our music will be able to compete with different
ebyo nga tubitadde ebbali ateko akakiiko ka kosase kaagala okuweebwa ebiragiro okukwata ba director ba microfinance support center olw'obutafaayo ku bisuubizo by'akakiiko. Kino kigenderedde ku lipoota eyayisibwa nti obuwumbi 8 obusobwa mu 8 bwasansanyizibwa nga tebuliiko mayitire mu ngeri y'okwewola ssente n'emisolo. Katubirabe.
Colleagues, I welcome it.
It is alleged that the Microfinance Support Center has over time demeaned the powers of the Parliamentary Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises, raising questions about accountability. COSASE, chaired by Chadondo East MP Mwadanku Nyinji, has criticized the habitual practice that depicts impunity.
We have reasons to believe that the Microfinance Support Center has, without reason, selected to disobey and disregard the invitation of the Public Accountability Committee, COSASE.
According to the Auditor General, in the years ended 30th June 2024 and 30th June 2025, the Microfinance Support Center disbursed loans amounting to Uganda shillings 2.73 billion to private companies, contrary to the financing agreement provisions. Efforts by the Microfinance Support Center to provide information to the previous parliament were futile, as allegations claim that the then speaker swept the matters under the carpet.
The 11th parliament, that's the former parliament. And when we sought guidance from the speaker of the 12th parliament, the current speaker, at least on record and in the plenary, the speaker distanced himself or the 12th parliament from any previous guidance and said this is a different parliament.
The MPs are also concerned about how some loans amounting to 63.7 billion shillings were written off, while others have no clear beneficiaries.
When you look at the write-offs of 22.6 billion and you read clearly what the Auditor General has highlighted, actually the beneficiaries are also not known. The collateral is missing according to the Auditor General report. It means that the money was given to ghosts. It's a key issue. Where have they answered that? If they have not answered it here, where have they answered it? They can point us to the committee which has interrogated that. 63.7 billion Uganda shillings were written off in 1 year. So the Auditor General observed that loans worth 6.526 billion had outdated collateral, and some was dating up to as outdated up to 9 years.
Having abused the several invitations by the committee, the MPs have agreed that the directors of Microfinance Support Center be arrested and produced before Parliament to account for the taxpayers' money.
But the fact that the government of Uganda and the people of Uganda through the Ministry of Finance has invested from the report 388 billion as equity in this institution, it is important that they come to account to Uganda through their members of parliament. This institution, just like Uganda Airlines that we discussed yesterday, it has consistently posted losses, and I've checked, they have been having cumulative losses of 72 billion.
That we issue arrest warrant for the directors of the Microfinance Support Center Limited, having received the revelation from the Auditor General's finding that the billions of money advanced to the entity has issues that may require them to assist the committee in understanding the daily operations.
Atego amajega UPDF, police ne UWA n'ekitongole ekyamakomera beetabye mu mizannyo egy'okumi egibumbiddwa ku Laib College eggulu. Minisita w'obutebenkevu n'abawummula mu kulwana Kiryowa yabadde omugenyi omukulu era n'akubiriza abakuumi bakuume eddembe n'obumu. Katubirabe.
The 18th edition of the Interforces Games kicked off with a march from Peche to Laib College, with the UPDF band leading the parade. Later, senior officers, ministers and dignitaries gathered at Laib College grounds to witness the official opening of the Interforces Games in Gulu City. The Interforces Games bring together officers and personnel from different security agencies to compete in shooting range, sports, and foster interforce cooperation. Commanders say the games are not just about competition, but strengthening the bond, discipline, and teamwork that is critical for joint operations.
This year we gather here under the theme, Building Synergy Through Sports. These games provide a vital platform to promote physical fitness, discipline, teamwork, leadership, and institutional pride among our personnel. For security and uniformed forces, physical fitness is not just a game requirement. It is an essential part of operational readiness and professional effectiveness.
There is no more tear gas. Even the budget for tear gas has reduced. Now that money is channeled somewhere to build a nation. You can see. That's why UPDF is doing construction. So when you do well in excel in voting as a country, our work becomes simple. As UPDF, as the security forces, our work becomes simplified. Now we focus on the primary role.
The Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs officially opened the 18th Interforce Games and Shooting Championship at Laib College in Gulu City.
Like everyone has said, this goes beyond just sport. This reflects unity, discipline, teamwork, and professionalism that is important for our security forces. This is about how all our security forces work together to further a common purpose. And that is what we are doing in these events. I wish to declare the 18th edition of the Interforces Games and Shooting Competition 2026 open.
Hosted by the 4th Infantry Division Gulu City, the competition is expected to run for 2 weeks. In the official opening football match, UPDF drew 1-1 with Uganda.
bwe tutyo bwe tulabise olwaleero era nga nnyongera okwebaliza ddala gwe abaddeko okuva gye tutandikidde mpaka essaawa zino. Weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala. Mbatumirako yonna gye musinzidde okubanga mulaba amawulire agookya mu bitundu eby'enjawulo. Sisobola bimenyaamenya kubanga bingi nnyo ddala, naye nga mbaagala nnyo tusisinkane olunaku olw'enkya mu ssaawa emu. Nsigadde nze Vicky Blessing atoleire musule bulungi mweraba.